The 27th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew is one of the most painful chapters in the Gospels in describing the crucifixion of Jesus. And it's not just the physical pain and the embarrassment and the shame of dying in such a awful, awful public way. But it's also that they taunt Jesus on top of everything else, that they mock him and taunt him even as he's in the act of dying on the cross. And our verse for today is verse 42 of chapter 27, where they're mocking him, and it says, "He saved others, he cannot save himself. He is the King of Israel. Let him come down now from the cross, and we will believe in him." This is one of the worst things, I think, that anyone says in the Gospels, mocking Jesus in this way and saying, "He is the King of Israel. Let him come down from the cross now." And yet, if Jesus had come down from the cross, you and I wouldn't be saved, and our souls would still be lost. And that's what one of my favorite gospel songs says. One of my favorite gospel songs is performed by the Mississippi Mass Choir, and it's called "It Wasn't the Nails." And it's actually a song I often listen to as the first song when I start working out at the gym, because it's such an inspiring, upbeat gospel song. But the whole refrain of that song is that it wasn't the nails that held Jesus to the cross. He could have come down, but my soul would still be lost. The ransom was so high, only he could pay the cost. It wasn't the nails that held him to the cross, but it was the love of God that held Jesus there. I just think it's a great song, and it's a very powerful image to keep in mind as we read through these difficult verses in Matthew 27 of Jesus' death on the cross. That this is something that God did for you and for me and for the entire world. God suffering and dying, showing the greatest self-sacrificial love that anyone could imagine. And so I just want to encourage you, as you read, if you do read in Matthew 27, just to think that it was God's love that held Jesus on the cross. It wasn't the nails, it wasn't the spear that they pierced his side with, but it was God's love, Jesus' love, that held him there for your sake and mine. What can we say in the face of such an unspeakable gift? But thank you. And Lord, here's my life. It's really all we can offer in return.